Well, it looks like we're still stuck with daylight saving time another year. We got a flip-flop back and forth in the spring and the fall, that 1 hour. Well, what are 5 ways that we can prepare for the upcoming daylight saving time spring forward process? I'm Dr. Andy Berkowski with ReLACS Health. Well, I've written many times in the past about the terrible effects that not only the time change of moving 1 hour, particularly in the spring, but actually the movement of the time with respect to the light and darkness of the world and the harmful effects it has both physically and mentally, particularly for those of us who are on the western end of each time zone, where we're waking up and it's dark and we're going to bed and it's still sunlight. This has a lot of harmful effects, and I know there are other factors involved, including economic factors, but it's pretty clear that daylight saving time is not good for the health of most Americans. What are the 5 things that we can do to prepare for this in the upcoming week? Number 1 is progressively set an earlier alarm. The body has a 24-hour or so cycle, and that's set to when we wake up in the morning. So if we're moving essentially back an hour, we should plan for that by over the next 4 or 5 days, moving back 10 to 15 minutes each day. So it's not a huge jump of an hour on our body. It's not a shock to move 1 hour. So move that alarm clock up no matter whether you have to get up early or not. Number 2 is start your routine earlier when it comes to bedtime. Allow yourself to become sleepy naturally, and you may fall asleep slightly earlier, or it'll at least help you to get enough sleep so that you can overcome the impact of waking up earlier. Remember, you can't force yourself to fall asleep, but you can allow that natural sleep to occur generally, which is 7 to 8 hours before you typically wake up. Number 3 is get that sunlight, and particularly after you wake up, high intensity sunlight, or if you get artificial source of light like a light visor, light glasses, light box, particularly because we're shifting the clock and it's not going to be light when most of you are waking up, get that intense sunlight in the first 30 to 60 minutes after you wake up, and that will help to naturally shift your body's clock a little bit earlier and help you to adapt to the 1 hour time change. Number 4, not for everyone, but if you can find a pharmacy grade form of over-the-counter melatonin, you could try taking 0.3 or 0.5 milligrams, which is 300 or 500 micrograms of melatonin, about 5 hours before you naturally fall asleep. This will have a chemical effect on the brain and help to shift the body's clock earlier, and may also help individuals who take the melatonin at that time to fall asleep slightly earlier and wake up slightly earlier, as we're going to be forced to do in a few days. And lastly, number 5, this won't help you right now, but I recommend writing to your congressperson or your senator in your state and telling them to abolish daylight saving time. Get rid of it, make standard time permanent, and this will help you out and avoid future flips of the clock in future years. As always, this is for general medical information only. It does not constitute the practice of medicine. All medical information should be done under the supervision of a licensed medical professional. And as always, one of the keys to sleeping well is to relax.